YouTube was on. It's your boy Zell. I'm back with another one, man. If y'all hear some thunder, don't mind it. Might be raining outside, but we getting videos done regardless. Just for y'all. Devin Haney, a good student with a textbook style. Skiller breakdown. Shout out Skiller, man. He got some great boxing content and fight breakdowns. Devin Haney recently came off a loss where he fought a bad style and he lost. But the fight was overturned and now he's hinting at a return. So we're gonna study his style and see what makes him Devin Haney. Let's get it.
Hello Skiller fans, and welcome back to another Skiller Breakdown. Today, we'll be analysing an ideal textbook boxer, a true student of the sweet science, who embodies the principle of hit and don't get hit. Let's start this breakdown by examining Devin Haney's boxing stance. Boxing stance. Haney's boxing stance is profoundly defensive in every aspect. Starting from the foundation, his feet are positioned widely apart and rarely sided, creating a smaller target from the perspective of his opponent.
Like Haney.
His side-on stance reduces the frame so the opponent has a smaller and thus more difficult target to hit.
As a kid in elementary school, all the time, finally his dad said, listen.
In terms of his guard, he employs what's often referred to as an L guard or Philly shell. He fights all his bouts from the Philly shell except when he fights against southpaws. Then you will see him adjust with a higher guard, showcasing his exceptional ring IQ. Now let's take a look at his best skill. Quick counters. While we wouldn't classify him as a counterpuncher per se, his hand speed and quick reflexes made it a really counter.
Look how he telegraphed this punch. This punch came from the hip over the shoulder. But look, this is how he connected it though. Look at him. He pinned the lead hand so he can't defend that side of his face. In this position, either this glove goes to the left side of your face or you roll because you know in a punch coming from the top, but he didn't. And look what happened.
Hand speed and quick reflexes
Boom.
made it a really
Game over.
skill of his.
But power and experience are the last thing to go. So again,
these young lightweights, his skill is widely respected.
His counterpunching from the Philly shell is particularly noteworthy, as it's more challenging than it appears.
Let's put those punches. Trying the uppercut as well.
Really been the far superior fighter.
Good head move.
While the Philly shell does have huge defensive advantages, it also has offensive disadvantages, like counters are harder to pull off from that stance.
It's very difficult, and it's something that you have to master in the gym. You can't master it inside the ring in front of you. You have to learn how to do that. It's very difficult. It's a rhythm thing.
Haney does an excellent job with his counters, especially when using the shoulder roll to drop a quick right hand.
Piercing shots in the counter.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that one. Like, boy, we are watching a potential future superstar here with his most successful punch. Right there, he threw it.
Yeah, he got a good lead hook. He get out the line, protect the right side of his face, and throw that hook. Boom. That's a good punch right there. Boom.
Anticipatory defense. We know he has good defense, but what do we mean by anticipatory defense? Well, from an untrained eye, defense may seem like random head movement, but a lot of the defensive maneuvers we see in boxing are, quote-unquote, planned. Effective defense isn't solely reactive, but often a result of anticipation. A good example of this move Mayweather does against Guerrero. He throws a straight right as the lead punch, and he ducks right after, already knowing Guerrero will throw the lead hook. He doesn't look at Guerrero's reaction, he predicts the reaction.
Misses with that left, but again, some recent fights. Again, tags.
Haney is a master at this. He employs two anticipatory defensive techniques: a pullback after body shots
Here through three, and there's a hard right.
and a roll following a right to the head.
The only thing with that roll is when you're going against somebody with such a quick left hook, you might roll into it sometimes, and that's what happened with Ryan.
When he attacks the body, he quickly pulls back to evade whichever punch comes, as the gap he creates is big enough to not have to worry about the type of punch.
The jab. Haney looks.
On the other hand, when he throws the straight right, he will roll anticipating the lead hook.
Jab from Haney to the right. Haney will own another right hook. Devin Haney has defended his title.
But even if they don't throw it, he still gets out of the way. That's anticipatory defense.
Type shit.
Anytime Devin Haney lands something, he minds his defense. He checks his defense. He punches and dips. Like that. That's anticipation right there.
He also employs a technique which is the bend at the waist, which we like to call a fold. This usually comes from the Philly shelled stance, as you have to be side.
But I don't like how he does this shit out of Philly in such close range. Because if he threw this punch, if he threw this right hand instead of the left, overhead, over the shoulder, it's connecting every time. Well, you missed that time. You
With
missed that
Haney,
time.
we see him do it in two variations. He will either go forward, fold, then clinch.
Left hand appeared to land. Haney.
Or backwards, fold and step back.
Jorge Linares against a formidable.
One in favor of Devin jab. Thought Linares had more success.
In both cases, he anticipates instead of waiting.
You probably already
Everybody
know
gotta
in
eat.
the concrete industry. Just $10,000 to $15,000 invested.
Jab. Haney's jab is among the best in boxing. It has quickness, reach, and impeccable timing.
Goes to the bottom.
Yeah, with them extremely long arms of his, he can jab from the outside very well. The only thing that can counter him is if a left-hander with a good hook, because when he jabs from all the momentum that he gains, his right hand gets pulled down. If someone with a good left hook who on reaction just throw that bitch, catch him on his chin, knock him down, aka Ryan Garcia.
You untouchable around that
Yeah, I've got it.
body for Devin.
These last 3 years. When you look
His up jab from a low guard also adds an element of unpredictability.
Active with that jab, he's in control. Gonna have to get physical. Just leave.
The thing with this jab is, like we said, Ryan Garcia can counter it. Instead of just throwing it, Ryan, if he throws it, Ryan is going to throw the hook on reaction. You know, it's like if you're playing a fighting game and somebody will armor or trade with you, they'll let you get yours off because they're going to hit you with something heavier. That's what Ryan does. Instead of just throwing a jab, he should probe with it, find a distance, and fake it. Fake like he going to throw this hand, bait Ryan Garcia to throw the hook, roll underneath that bitch, and catch it with a right. Act like he gonna throw this hand. Ryan is gonna throw his left hand in retaliation. Roll underneath Ryan's left hand and come back on top with your own right hook.
quick exchange.
Having such a great jab also opens up different opportunities for him, like the lead hook.
Pretty well here. It's been around 5.
He will often fake the jab and come around the guard with a lead hook, sometimes lunging forward like a gazelle punch.
Is at the top. Right.
Oh, big snap to the left. Takes.
His efficient use of reach allows him to connect with taller and rangier opponents by extending his jab and taking a half step forward from that sided stance. Now that we highlighted his best skills, let's see the areas he could improve. Flaws. Uncomfortable in the pocket. Haney is one of the best at the distance, but while he's really comfortable on the outside, he is not as much on the inside. Sometimes he relies too much on the Philly shell, and at closer range, it has cost him some dangerous shots.
Big shot.
Ooh, ooh.
Caught him again. Oh, big left hook. The way Lenars was focusing on the
And when he fights on the pocket with his hands up, he is not as comfortable and tends to hesitate more.
973 says Chris Mannix's scorecard. Only
Bro, when you're in that pocket, I say he should pull a Sugar Ray instead of like, cause these guys want to slow down and want to throw hard punches, and they want to see who can throw the hardest punches on the inside. Instead of doing that, Sugar Ray would just flirt like a fucking machine gun and then back off. I think that's how Devin should fight on the inside, because that's gonna catch him by shot, and they ain't gonna know how to respond. When you hit him with the machine gun body shots, they ain't gonna know how to respond to that shit.
round to Lenars.
That being said, he has his game plan and his style is really clear. Some boxers will stay and exchange at mid-range. Others will trade on the inside.
Just looked absolutely tremendous, and there's a big left hook.
Haney gets in, hits you, and gets out. As simple as that.
Sergio Mora here, ringside, nice 1-2.
Now, we would love to know your opinion.
Yeah, man. Let me know in the comments, man, if y'all want to see me start doing more videos like this, breakdowns, or reacting to breakdowns, creating my own breakdowns, because I like studying the sport as well. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, share. That's my winner with the 2,000 subs. I love y'all till next time, man.